Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. Welcome to Mindful Reality, the channel that covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. I want to start, I'm not going to start until a few more people get in here, but I'll just ask you all how your day has been going and tell you that I hope that it's been going well. If it has not been going well, guess what? I'll tell you something that someone said to me one time. There's a law of averages. And in that law of averages, you know, if a bunch of bad things have happened, statistically, something is bound to go right. And I remember somebody told me that when I had a slew of different things happen to me at one time. And then a friend of mine called and said, "How are you doing?" And I'm like, this, and this happened. And they were like, "Well, the good news is that based on the law of averages, the next thing that's going to happen to you is most likely going to be good." And I was like, I don't know why, but that made me feel comfort. It made me feel more comfort than somebody being like, "Oh, it'll get better. Hang in there. You're a champ. You're gonna get through it like you always do." Like those kind of things feel so invalidating for me. But that particular thing of like, you know, based on the law of averages, something good is bound to happen to you really made me feel good for real. Good afternoon, Ed. So, okay, what was I going to say? Okay, so now that I have at least a couple of people in here, I'll start with what I was going to say, which is, have you ever had the experience of being the person that you always are? Like, you know who you are, you know what kind of person that you are, you know what you bring to the table, you know your unique gifts and skill sets and all that kind of great stuff, right? And you go into these environments where people think you're regular degular, or not even, maybe even less than regular degular. Maybe they think that you ain't ish, right? And then you start to think of yourself as less of a person because the people in those environments that I am referring to um, treat you and talk to you like you are nothing, or you're the average person. I don't believe anyone is average. I think everyone is above average in their own right, respectfully. That's genuinely what I feel like. And I think that sometimes we get into these environments where people take us for granted, where people think that, you know, this is just you. Whatever you have brought to the table is so exceptional, but it's so consistent that they're not seeing it as exceptional. They're just seeing it as, this is what a person is like, high narrow, and this is what I'm entitled to. Now, have you ever been the exact same person that you were in that environment where you were not appreciated, and gone to another environment and had people look at you like, you are amazing? Wow, I'm so lucky to have been involved with you, or in contact with you, in communication with you, or in your orbit and things like that. And you're thinking, why is this person saying these things, these really, really nice things, right? And why am I the same person in this other environment and I'm not hearing those things? Well, it could be any number of reasons. Like some people, once they get used to you, the appreciation is not the same. And I mean, maybe it's, like maybe some of that is a natural tendency. Because, for an example, like a car, right? When I first bought this car, it was 2018. The car was 3 years old and had about 40,000 miles on it, but that's still fairly new for a car. You're driving around a car that's 3 years old, 40,000 miles. It didn't have that much miles. It had one owner. And so, but when I got that car, I didn't have a car, right? And the car that I had before this car, I had a 2006 Volkswagen Jetta. And while I loved that car, it was my favorite car that I ever had, honestly. But the thing with the car was it was so expensive on the maintenance side. Like getting an oil change or if I needed a part replaced, like it was like I had a Beamer or like it was luxury car pricing in a car that was kind of regularish. Because like a Volkswagen is not a luxury car, although the newer ones that they make nowadays are kind of luxurious. But the 2006 model, not really. So, anyways, my point of the matter is when I got this car, I was so happy for this car. Why? Because I had a really bad accident with the other car and it got totaled. So I didn't have a car for. Please hit the like button if you jumped in here, by the way. Um, I didn't have a car for about 4 to 5 years, I want to say. So then when I got this car, I was like, oh my, I have wheels again. I have my own set of wheels. I loved this car. I would take pictures of it. I would take pictures in it. I would be at the car wash once every couple of weeks. I maintained it. It was clean. Like it was. I just loved going through, blasting my music, driving everywhere, and that was year one. Year two, I'm like, I still like this car, but my appreciation's a little bit less, etc. Not quite as clean. I'm not quite as excited about it, and that's year two. Year three, I've owned this car now since 2018, but technically I personally have owned the car since 2024. I think last year is when I made my last payment on it because I financed it. So the car has officially been mine, like my title and everything, for just a year. But right now I'm like it gets me from point A to point B. Don't get me wrong, I love the fact that the car is so reliable. This car, the things that I've had to get fixed and repaired are pretty much just regular wear and tear. It has never had any crazy things happen to it. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. It has never had anything crazy happen to it or anything like that. But my appreciation has been less. But then I saw somebody the other day that I hadn't seen since before I had a car, and they told me, "Ooh, look at you! You got a whip now. It's a nice car. I like it." And I was like, it's okay. And then it's like it's a 10-year-old car at this point. So it's okay. It's a 2015 car. They were like, no. Remember before I knew you when I knew you before, you didn't even own a car. Put that into perspective. So I don't know if y'all are following the analogy that I'm giving you here, but here's the analogy. You go into an environment and the people in the environment don't appreciate you. I am the poster child for that. Going into environments and people not appreciating my gifts and not appreciating who I am as a person, not appreciating what I bring to the table, right? And not appreciating who I am and what I bring to the table, whatever. But and then I've been guilty of changing myself because of I've been experiencing this thing in the last 12 months or so, right? Where I'm doing the exact same things, saying almost the exact same things, but in different environments. And you know, in those different environments, people have appreciated me. And I'm going to come back to this topic. Maybe this might be part of self. What was it? I can't even remember what I called it. Self-Talk Sunday. I can't even remember what I called it, but maybe it'll be a part of my first Sunday talk. But anyways, hope y'all are enjoying your days. Please like, comment, subscribe.